All right. So we have a gentleman here in the middle.
Hi, I'm Oscar, and I just want to say that I'm very inspired by everything you guys said. I truly believe right now things happen for a reason. I feel a calling to want to get more involved. How can I get more involved in what you guys offer or in this area to be able to help our youth and be able to connect to basically, essentially, what I like to call it, get out of the matrix and get involved into nature, into creativity such as art, and, you know, really get back to the root of what we're here to be in Mother Earth.
So yeah, thank you so much, Oscar. And for outdoor outreach, we depend on dedicated community volunteers to help us with a lot of our outings, and we have monthly volunteer orientations. We'd love to have you come out with us. Outdooroutreach.org. You can check it out. Sign up there. You can sign up for outings online. And then beyond that, we're always looking for new partners. So if you know of a group of youth or a school that could use a program to connect them to the outdoors, I can give you my card. And please, for anyone else out there, we partner with about 30 different schools, youth service organizations throughout the county, and we're always looking for more partners that we can help. Thank you.
We have one more question.
Oscar, I just wanted to also say, again, go on the Parks for Kids website, parksforkids.info. There's 15 local projects, 15 local organizations, and click through on them. See which ones sort of, you know, get your motor running and call them up or engage with them. It's a good way to sort of shop different kinds of projects that would excite you in getting involved in, and then go and volunteer with them or call them up.
Ann.
Hi, I'm Ann Faggy, and I'm a board member and a co-founder of San Diego Children in Nature, and we intend to be a movement of children having nature in their everyday lives, learning in nature and playing outdoors. And so I'm also a very active volunteer in the outdoor programs in Girl Scouts, a very diverse organization. So my question is, the trips out places are invaluable and should not be just a one-time thing with a bus trip and a peanut butter sandwich, but how do we help kids connect those trips and connect more on a daily basis in their lives, in their school or after school, or in their community where we support them right there in their schools or their after school or their other activities?
Anyone want to jump into that one?
Yeah. Who's taking this one?
I think Ben is probably going to elaborate a lot more on this, but I think one thing that really sets outdoor outreach apart from a lot of other programs is that we don't do that one and done deal. We are very consistent. We work with kids probably, I'd say, a couple times a week to a couple of trips a month. And that's the best part about it, is building that family relationship. We want to give these kids an opportunity to feel like they're safe and that they get to know us and can relate to us. And that's really important. And there's a young man there right now who I've spent many years with, and he's like my little brother now. And to see him grow and become a man and to kind of follow in my footsteps has been really important and really powerful for me and for him and for his family and for his younger siblings. And I think that's one thing that's really important and really lacking in a lot of other programs, is that consistency and that family. And that I think it's really important that we build that relationship with our youth as we move forward. And I think as a lot more programs do that, then there's a lot of opportunity for growth and positive change.
And I'll just add to that, Ann, I feel very strongly that every school needs to have an outdoor education program, and that curriculum integrated throughout the school. And I know the efforts of your organization and all of our collective efforts can really help to move that along, because kids are getting way too little time outdoors. Physical activity is a huge need that's not being addressed among kids. ADHD referrals are rising, and a big piece of that is because kids need to move and they need to be outside. and that's simply not happening. So thank you for your work.
Thank you.
And just piling on, I would say, beyond putting people on a bus, kids on a bus, or going with kids, I would love to see where every child, every person has access to open space within a few minutes of their home and can get on their bike and ride to these places without having an organized event.
Thanks, Steve. Well, I know we have one more person here to ask a question.
Thank you. My name's John. I really feel working together is a really important part of it. And San Diego River Park is one that should be here next year, as well as the county parks, so that we can really give them the information that we think they aren't really working towards. And I think you guys are doing a much better job, and I hope that we can get them as well to attend.
Thank you. Well, I mean, I think a number of you mentioned, and Ann and others, I mean, there's so many organizations, great organizations, in addition to those that we've talked about here today, or the 15 that are on Parks for Kids. There are so many great organizations working throughout San Diego County on these issues, and we couldn't have all here tonight, but we do definitely encourage you to go and again follow your passions and what makes you excited about these issues. So I wanted to just quickly close. I didn't give Ben and Camila a chance to say what would they like to see that's different a year from now if we did an event like this too. So we'll close with that.
So I don't know if we can do it in a year, but I'll just reiterate that I'd love to see an outdoor education program in every to start with every Title I middle and high school in San Diego County.
I have three things. So the first is I would love to come back and report a successful bike share program, and that it's scaling up into additional Central Valley communities, rural communities serving farm workers. Increase civic engagement amongst youth. So hopefully that 4% that I spoke about will be much higher with this November elections and others to come, and just civic engagement overall, right? It's not just, every 2 years or on election day. There's, throughout, right, the civic engagement work that we can do in holding our elected officials responsible. And then work on some collaborations. How do we connect the Central Valley to great organizations such as those that have been mentioned here this evening?
Thank you. Well, we would be in great stead if we were able to do, when we're able to do all those by next year. So with that, I want to give our speakers just a final round of applause. You're great with your applause.